presented by the United States Marine Corps, is in Minneapolis today as the Northwestern Wildcats come calling to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Glenn Mason, I'm Kevin Kugler. Great to have you with us today from Minneapolis in a game that has all of a sudden become a big game in the West. Two undefeated teams, and the winner today looks like they're going to have an inside track, at least early in the West Division.
A month ago, you would not have thought that this game would have the magnitude that it does. So how did we get where we are right now? You win some football games. First of all, the University of Minnesota 2 weeks ago went to Ann Arbor and beat the Wolverines. Brought the little brown jug back to the state of Minnesota. It's been touring this state ever since. And then Northwestern, they go to Happy Valley. They beat the Nittany Lions. And then at home last week against Wisconsin, they upset them. And now we got a big game.
Well, let's talk about that Northwestern turnaround because it's been impressive. Penn State and Wisconsin both fall to the Wildcats.
Well, you know, you think about Northwestern over the year, you think about a high-tempo offense, moving the ball over the lot. Not right now. The key for success for them is defense. Bend but don't break. Defense against the score and get some turnovers. A week ago against Wisconsin, they gave up almost 260 yards to Melvin Gordon. You thought they would have got beat. Interceptions, turnovers, and don't allow points. That's why they're winning.
Well, the formula for Minnesota is a very simple formula. David Cobb plus a lot of carries usually equals a win.
Oh, I love this guy as a running back. You know, I love running backs. He is their offense. To think about David Cobb from Killeen, Texas, a year ago at the start of the season, he was number 3 on the depth chart. Injuries, he gets a chance. Man, did he make the most of it, and he's been getting better and better and better. The thing that really impresses me as a running back is his vision, his ability to cut, and his yards after carry. This guy is really a good back. 1,989
career rushing yards. I'm going to go out on a sturdy limb and say he'll get the 11 he needs to reach 2,000 here this afternoon. Here comes Northwestern onto the field. The Wildcats are 2-0 in conference, and after a rough start to the season, Northwestern has really righted the ship.
Wearing those all-white uniforms today, and momentum is a key thing. They sure have momentum on their side. Not saying that Minnesota doesn't have momentum either. That's why we got a key clash today.
You've got two teams with momentum, two teams that are playing confident football right now. Gophers making their way out through the smoke, getting ready to head back out onto the field after a bye week, and Minnesota being welcomed home with a 4-1 record. Check in downstairs with the third member of our crew, Lisa Byington.
Well, thank you. Well, quite a turnaround for your team. The biggest difference in this 3-game win streak is what?
Attitude. You know, we've shown up with the right attitude, and we've competed, and it's going to be a heck of a challenge for us here today.
You know, Minnesota's going to run the ball. How do you challenge a David Cobb here today?
Well, we got to fit right, we got to tackle well, and then we got to have great eyes and a play-action pass. We know we're going to see some of that with 2 weeks off.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Go Cats.
Well, let's take a look at the Principal Financial Group edge to the game.
Well, when I talked to Pat Fitzgerald on Thursday, I said, what's important? He said, win the turnover battle, period. These guys, the Gophers, are good at taking the ball away, and that was it. Then I talked to Jerry Kill just yesterday. I said, Jerry, what's important? He looked me right in the eye and says, win the turnover battle. Now, why should I argue with these two great coaches? Obviously, that is the key to the game.
Well, Jerry Kill told us turnovers have been big for both teams, and they are. +6 in the turnover margin for each of these squads. And, of course, Coach Kill, with that bye week last week, got the chance to spend a little time with the most popular figure in the state of Minnesota, the Little Brown Jug.
Well, we talked about that, and the Little Brown Jug has been making a tour. And you think about the impact players in this game, you got to start with David Cobb. He is the offense of the Gophers. This guy is really tough. As the game goes on, he gets better. And Max Williams, the guy I think is the best tight end in the Big Ten. He is their deep threat. Colin Ellis back from injury. Not a better time for the Wildcats. They need him right in the middle, because that's where the Gophers are going to run.
Our Auto Owners Insurance impact players, Minnesota going to have the football first. Jack Mitchell getting ready to kick it off for the Wildcats. Antonio Johnson back deep, along with Jalen Myrick.
Yeah, Marcus Jones is out for this game. We won't see him.
And we are underway as the kickoff through the end zone for the touchback, and the Gophers will head out on offense first. And this offensive team has been a team that has loved the ground game. They have taken advantage of turnovers. Mitch Leidner making his way back out. The numbers on Mitch Leidner, you're not going to see him throw the ball a lot. This is not a team that relies on the passing game.
Well, they don't want to. If they're throwing the ball a lot, they're behind. As long as they're in this game, they're going to run the football. You talk about running the football. Over 70% of the time the Gophers run it, over 80% on first down.
Berkeley Edwards is at the top of your screen, split out. And on first down and 10, the give up the middle to Cobb, and Cobb's got a first down to the 36-yard line. A big burst for 10+ for David Cobb.
Well, it doesn't surprise me they ran right up the middle. That's what they like to do. You mentioned Berkeley Edwards. He's the fast guy. They got a bunch formation in the boundary, and on the snap they ran the inside zone, but they brought him around. You watch out. Someplace during the game they're going to fake that inside zone and give it to Edwards. Setting up for later in the game. Plus you've had a bye week to tinker. Do you expect to see a little of that today? On first down, the quick little toss to Wolotarski, and Wolotarski takes it out to the 33. Nick Van Hoos on the stop. Well, you know, that quick little throw out there. I like the call by Mitch Leidner. We talk about his struggles throwing the ball. That should be a high percentage completion. And if the receiver is effective in having the corner miss the tackle, they get positive yards.
Wolotarski in motion. Cobb the carry again, and Cobb breaking a tackle across the 40-yard line. About 4 yards shy of a first down for Minnesota.
We've talked quite a bit about Cobb, but when you watch right here, this is awful good line blocking. It's just a inside power play with the backside guard pulling around to the split end side. Good blocking because no one touched him till he got to the second level.
Third down and 3. Dropped by KJ May. Had an opportunity if he pulled it in to sneak forward for the first, but he couldn't. And now fourth down will bring the punt team on.
Well, you see it right here, just the old bubble screen, and the idea is that inside receiver can outrun the second defender there, and the wideout gets a good block, which he did on the Northwestern corner. You have a pretty big play.
Peter Mortel to punt to Miles Schuler. Northwestern's defense gets the stop early. Schuler, good punt back inside the 9-yard line, and excellent coverage downfield by Minnesota. The Gophers were there, Travis on the tackle, and Northwestern going to start deep in their own end.
Field position is such a big part of Minnesota's game. They have a good punter, great coverage there.
Our Auto Owners Insurance impact players with Northwestern on offense.
Well, you got to start with Justin Jackson, 162 yards against Wisconsin last week. Been a pleasant surprise. Dan Vitale, the super back. They list him as a tight end, but he's a super back. He's their most productive offensive player. And look for Demarius Travis. Because the up-tempo, they'll play a lot of nickel defense. He's the nickel back.
Vitale, the motion man on first down. The give is to Green, and Green to the 11-yard line. Trayvon Green averaging just over 3 yards per carry this year, and it's given Justin Jackson the opportunity to get some carries.
Northwestern likes that up-tempo. They'll stay up-tempo as long as they're moving the chains, but they don't want to go 3 and out real quickly.
Second and 7, Simeon to the air, and out of bounds is Tony Jones at the 16, 2 yards short of the first.
Let me elaborate on that a little bit. I asked Pat Fitzgerald about the effect of fast tempo on the defense. He said our tempo offense will be dictated by our defense. If our defense is spending a lot of time on the field, we'll slow it down. If we're moving the chains and our defense is rested, we're going to go as fast as we can.
Third and 1. Up the middle, Jackson trying to get there, and he won't do it. Big push up front, and then Antonio Johnson providing safety support comes in to close it out.
Well, Minnesota lined up in a 10-man front. They had 10 men in the box against a tight formation. That leaves the cornerback one-on-one on the wide receiver out there. Look for later. Northwestern gets in a similar situation. They may go for a home run.
Chris Gradone on to punt. Frank James back deep for the Gophers. And that punt dangerously close as far as Minnesota's concerned to hitting a couple of players, but it'll be Gopher ball with good field position in a scoreless first quarter. Glenn Mason, pretty good way to string wins together when you don't trail in any of your last 3 games.
Well, if you don't trail, that means you're not losing. I can tell you that, you know, at any time.
And the reason they're not trailing is because that defense has really stepped up.
Well, look at the important stats there. Defense versus the score and getting turnovers. That is the formula for winning games, and that's why they've won those 3 games.
So defense from a team coached by a former linebacker, and there's a guy who I know you know very well. In fact, both defensive coordinators are from the Glenn Mason coaching tree. Can you claim them?
Yeah, there's Mike Hankowitz. He was my defensive coordinator at Kansas, and then he was briefly here for about a week or 2 at Minnesota. Then he left me to go to Texas A&M. Outstanding guy. He's kind of a historian of football. You talk about any play you want defense, he'll have a film to look at it. And then Tracy Clays for Minnesota was also on my staff.
Williams the motion man on first down. Cobb the carry. Breaks a tackle. And Cobb dragging another man down to the 41-yard line. Dean Lowry on the stop. That's what Cobb does, yards after contact.
Yeah, it's awful tough for any defender to take him down one-on-one, and you are not going to take him down with an arm tackle. You heard Pat Fitzgerald talk about we got to be really good on our fits and tackle, but keep our eyes open for play action pass because you know they're going to be effective running the football.
2nd down and 6 at the 41. Cobb again. And Cobb powers his way to the 45-yard line. So now 3rd and 7 at the 40-yard line. Leidner with blitz coming, finds Max Williams. Williams has the first down into Northwestern territory. He had 4 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown in the win over Michigan, and a big conversion here to Williams.
Well, the screen plays to the running back was really effective. You'll see him just slip out right here. That is really the same play that they had great success against Michigan with, throwing it to the running back. Little adjustment, off week, now they're going to the tight end.
Williams touchdown against Michigan, his 3rd straight game with a score. Here's Leidner on the run, and an impressive run from Mitch Leidner, considering he's wearing a brace on his knee. He's got a partial tear of his MCL. That is not an easy thing to manage, and yet there's Leidner out there scrambling for nearly 10 yards.
And you didn't even mention that he had a turf toe. Now, most people don't know what a turf toe is. I can't really explain it, other than I can tell you, if you have one, it really hurts. That means he's a tough guy.
Dr. Mason, office hours, Saturdays here on BTN. 2nd and short. Cobb picking his way forward, and Cobb's going to have the first down to the 35-yard line. Colin Ellis back out there to make the stop for Northwestern.
Here comes Berkeley Edwards. I've seen him twice now in that bunch set, 3 receivers into the boundary. I used to tell my players, you know, they haven't done that before. I've not seen that before. If it looks like a rat and smells like a rat, it might be a rat. I'd keep an eye on 32.
Cobb again. And this time Northwestern up to the challenge, back to the 37-yard line. We see the pace of Minnesota, and this is, as you've said many times, by design for Jerry Kill's offense. They are not going to speed it up. They are a huddle team, and deliberately one of the slowest offenses in college football.
Jerry has a plan. I used to adhere to this plan. He knows that by running the football, using up as much time as he possibly can, you shorten the game. which means you keep your defense on the sideline and Northwestern's offense on the sideline as well.
Second down and 12. There's Cobb again. And Cobb to the 34-yard line. Chichi Araguzo there on the tackle.
Now this is 3rd and long, Kevin. You talk about a stat that's really poor. For Minnesota, when they have a 3rd and 8 or more, they're converting less than 6% of the time.
This is not an offense designed for the big play. They do not have a single pass play of 40 yards or more. Only Wisconsin in the Big Ten can also share that number. Leitner gonna run with room. Flag is down as Leitner inside the 15 all the way down to the 11-yard line, but the flag thrown right in the middle of the line at the 35. Minnesota's players are applauding.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 94. Half the distance to the goal, tacked on. First down.
So the run by Leitner is good. The longest run of the season prior to that run was 13, and now Leitner's got a first down, and it's 1st and goal after the penalty.
Initially, I thought that was a quarterback draw. I don't think so. I think he dropped back. He was looking, but he's smart. He saw the Red Sea divide right in front of him. A lot of green grass. Take off and run.
Get a number on that man.
From the 6, 1st down and goal. Cobb right up the gut, inside the 3. Colin Ellis on the tackle. One thing you can say about Minnesota, they know who they are, don't they?
Most importantly, the coaches know who they are. They know they're not a good throwing team. They'd like to be a better throwing team, but in the process, you can't wish or hope for throwing game. They know they're a pretty effective running game. Let's go with it.
3rd down and goal. Leitner on the sneak. He's in for the touchdown, and the Gophers take the early lead.
When you're down there with less than a foot to go and you have a 6'4", 237-pound quarterback that happens to be a tough guy, why wouldn't you run the sneak?
Ryan Santoso on to kick. Perfect this year. 18 of 18 on extra points. Make it 19 for 19, and Minnesota has a 7-0 lead. 3:18 remaining in the first. The Gophers march it down and put 7 up. 7-0 Minnesota, 3:18 remaining in the first. 11 plays, 63 yards. The 6:33, that's the longest scoring drive in time of possession this year for Minnesota.
Well, they'd like to have a bunch of them because that fits right into their plan. But let's not forget the penalty by the offensive tackle that negated a 3rd down conversion.
Short kickoff. Vault from the 9-yard line. Vault across the 25 and down just shy of the 30-yard line. First down at the 40-yard line. 4-man rush for Minnesota. Simeon flushed. Simeon will slide at the 43.
The big difference in Northwestern offense this year compared to previous years that we became so familiar with, they don't have a Kane Coulter at quarterback. They don't have a Dan Purse at quarterback, so they don't have option. And you can see right there, Simeon really does not want to pull the ball down and scramble with it.
Jackson trying to find running room out to the 42-yard line. 5-yard gain. Body Calhoun on the stop for Minnesota. That would have been one of their few 30-yard or more plays, too, that was negated by that penalty.
Yeah, that would have been the 4th, only the 4th on the season.
But now they need a big play on 3rd down. 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Simeon steps away from the rush, has the first down yardage, as he checked down to Justin Jackson, who's down at the Gopher 46.
I'm not exactly sure what was going on, but there was some confusion by the Minnesota defense. They weren't lined up right. You had a linebacker that was lined up to the three receivers. He started running inside. Little confusion there.
We have reached the end of the first quarter here in Minneapolis, and after 1 quarter of play, the Gophers, on the strength of a good ground game, have a 7-0 lead in this Big Ten West Division clash here on BTN. Glenn Mason, I don't think you can really doubt the enthusiasm and emotion of Coach Fitzgerald.
The Gophers better just be glad that they don't give that guy a helmet and put him on out there. You know, there's a reason why he became a college Hall of Fame player. Intensity, excitement, passion for the game, he's got it all.
And a first down for Northwestern at the Gopher 46. Solomon Vault in now at the running back spot. First time we've seen him at running back today. Vitale in motion. And Vault with the carry. Caught from behind at the 44-yard line by Steven Richardson. It's a big guy coming to catch Solomon Vault from behind.
Big guy, freshman at Mount Carmel High School in Chicago. Led his team to 2 state championships.
On second down, Simeon had the ball knocked out of his hand as he tried to throw. That's a fumble, and the Gophers have it. At the 46-yard line, Cameron Botticelli able to recover the fumble, at least initially. It was Amethala who stripped it out of the hands of Trevor Simeon. And you know what? Northwestern able to get the ball at the bottom of that pile. What a break for Northwestern. Botticelli had it, and then Matt Frazier was able to get it.
Yeah, this is not on Simeon. He can't see. Amethala come back from the backside, and I don't know how they came up with the ball, but they did. Yeah, definitely. Hands empty going forward. Dodged a bullet.
Huge break for Northwestern. Can they take advantage on third down? Simeon will throw it short to Vault. Vault down the sideline, and Vault's got the first down. Eric Murray on the tackle, but Vault down to the 35 and a first down for Northwestern.
Yeah, effective screen play, and so many things you got to try to defend against Northwestern.
Jackson trying to reverse his field, but staying home was Damian Wilson. Only player in the conference with at least 10 tackles in each of his first 3 games, and Wilson with a good play there.
So much of what you have to do defensively, Kevin, is you have to try to disguise what you're doing, because up-tempo offenses, they go right to the line, they look over what's going on, so you try to, like the last time, line up and...
On second down, Simeon to the air, and it's dropped at the 12-yard line. Pierre Youngblood-Airy. A nice throw from Trevor Simeon, just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, by disguising, you try to look one thing and go to something else. You can see they throw a back shoulder throw, which is impossible to defend. You got to catch that ball.
His first incompletion. And now a 3rd and 10 at the 35. They converted on 3rd and 10 a moment ago with the screen to Vault. Trayvon Green in at running back as Simeon back to the air. The catch at the 30-yard line, and just short at the 26 is Kyle Prater.
Kyle Prater, the transfer from Southern Cal. And
9-yard gain on the play. It's 4th down, 1 yard to go.
So 4th and 1, and Northwestern's going to go.
Yeah, if you have a great field goal kicker, you probably kick it this early in the game. If you're not so sure, you roll the dice.
Only a 28-yard field goal, the long this year for Jack Mitchell. So 4th and 1, and here goes Northwestern. Right up the middle is Warren Long, and Long's got the first down.
A lot of spread teams do that. Short yardage, run out of the shotgun. That's not my cup of tea. You know, short yardage, I want to get that quarterback right under, take that direct snap, and that's why some people call me a dinosaur.
I didn't mean to. At the 23-yard line, first down. Jackson fighting forward. Good run by Jackson as he takes it down just shy of the 15-yard line. Cedric Thompson on the tackle for Minnesota.
Northwestern's one of those teams, the art of ball handling and faking so you don't know who has the ball. They are good at it, and it doesn't just happen. You have to work very hard on it. When I've watched Mick McCall, the offensive coordinator of Northwestern, they work endless at that.
On second down, Simeon, the toss to Schuler, and Schuler's got the first down at the 11-yard line. Body Calhoun on the stop for Minnesota.
Northwestern's the type of team, they've got to be able to mix it up. They're different than Minnesota, where they just line up and say, here we come, stop us. Yes, they have to get the running game going, but they get the running game going by effectively doing those short passes and spreading you out.
Justin Jackson in next to Simeon. Vitale in motion. Simeon, the toss out of the backfield, wide open, and into the end zone goes Justin Jackson for the Northwestern touchdown. Nobody near Justin Jackson, and an easy 6 for the Wildcats.
Well, Minnesota came with that linebacker blitz again, and the receiver was wide open. That's the same blitz that they ran before and hit the receiver down the sideline that was called back because the offensive tackle was lined up in the backfield.
Mitchell on now for the extra point. And we are all tied up at 7 apiece, 11-17 remaining in this first half, and Trevor Simeon and Justin Jackson hook up through the air as Simeon fires his 4th touchdown pass of the year to tie this game at 7. 7-7 our score, thanks to a 16-play, 71-yard drive that took 7:01 off the clock. Northwestern said, Minnesota, you like long drives? Here's one that trumps yours.
Yeah, we'll take that and do you one better, right? That's good execution in football.
Kickoff well into the end zone, and the touchback. Jalen Myrick takes the knee. On first down, Cobb going to work up the middle, pushes the pile to the 29-yard line as we check in with Lisa Byington.
Well, Kevin, left guard Zach Epping and left tackle Josh Campion have found a new way to bond with their quarterback, Mitch Leitner. You always got to have a good relationship with your offensive lineman. Leitner went up to Epping and Campion and said, should I not shave like you guys don't during the year? And so this is the results. And actually, Leitner there on the left has made good progress on his beard. In fact, running back David Cobb said when he first started, it just looked like a chin strap.
It's never a compliment. 2nd and 6. Leitner on the keep, trying to use the beard to power his way forward. He takes him just shy of the 32-yard line for Eric Uzo and Ellis combined to drive him back. 3rd and 4 at the 31-yard line. Here's Cobb. Squirts through a hole. He's got the first down. You mentioned earlier the vision of David Cobb. You saw it there, didn't you? Finding that little crease to get the first down.
Well, that's right. In zone blocking, it's so important because you got to press the line of scrimmage and then find the opening hole. There's a lot of things I really like about that back. It starts with vision, then his height, his pad level, and then his toughness.
Well, Lisa mentioned the relationship between the quarterback and the offensive line. David Cobb has struck up a great relationship with those guys, clearing the way for him. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Play action. Leitner looking deep down the sidelines. He's got his man Williams, who breaks the tackle. And Williams finally forced out of bounds inside the 15. Flags are down back at the 35-yard line, but it looked like somebody got a hold of the face mask of Max Williams, and it was Godwin Igwebuike who may have grabbed a hold of the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 16. Half the distance to the goal, tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
Well, I talked about Max Williams, what a great player. He is their deep threat. This is reminiscent of the catch that he had against Michigan, except he only used one hand against Michigan. Fine football player from Waconia, Minnesota.
52 yards, and Minnesota striking with the big play. the longest pass play of the year for the Gophers. They did not have a play over 40 yards all year long. Through the air. First and goal from the 5-yard line. It's Wolotarski in motion. Cobb with the carry. Cobb patient, lunging for the goal line. He's in for the touchdown.
Well, I've been talking about David Cobb, but when I think of him, off-tackle power play and
on for the extra point comes Ryan Santoso. Kick by Santoso is good, and the Gophers with a 14-7 lead. 14-7 Minnesota. Happy guy right there, the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, Matt Limegrover.
yeah, the coordinator, the line coach, and he was a GA at Northwestern when Pat Fitzgerald was a player.
And this will be a guy that makes him happy all year long, David Cobb.
Did you see that first cut in the backfield? He went right, then he planted his right foot, went back left, and he stretched out and
Vault from the 3-yard line. Solomon Vault to the 15-yard line and then driven back. Wildcats will start on first down. Jackson on the sweep. Cuts upfield, has some running room, and Jackson picks up 11 and a first down. Damian Wilson again on the stop for Minnesota, but Justin Jackson, the freshman, making good decisions in the run game.
you think about the dilemma Tracy Claeys. They've been beat deep or good passes twice called back, so he can't put too many guys in the box because they've had trouble defending.
There's Jackson again, little spin move from Jackson, showing the power at the end of the run. Nimble feet and some power as Cedric Thompson takes him down at the 41 to pick up a 5.
Yeah, I think Justin Jackson, he's been watching some films of Cobb. He's picking some pointers up. Cobb's a little bit older than him.
Justin Jackson, the true freshman, but as Pat Fitzgerald told us this week, he's used to being in the spotlight from his high school days. Pressure coming as Simeon unloads it. Single coverage out there, and he just missed a huge play on the edge. He had Tony Jones running free, and Jones had a step, Mace.
Yeah, he had Tony Jones wide open. Once again, Tracy Claeys called that double-A blitz by the linebackers. It puts man coverage on the outside, and you know what I've seen so far, Minnesota just can't cover those wide receivers for Northwestern one-on-one. They lucked out there.
3rd and 10 at the 36. Trayvon Green, the motion man, into the backfield. Simeon to the air, trying to pull it in. Is Prater? He cannot. Knocked out of his hands at the last moment by Jalen Myrek. Also worth noting, out there helping out was Derek Wells. We weren't sure we were going to see Wells today, but he was out there in the area as well.
It's a heck of an effort by Kyle Prater.
Boy, I'll say.
Yeah.
After further review, the pass was complete at the 45-yard line. First down, Northwestern.
The call is reversed. A 19-yard gain from Simeon to Prater and a first down. And again, what an effort by Kyle Prater.
Yeah, I really believe they've got it right. You saw Jerry Killer on the sideline shaking his head. If I was on that sideline, I'd be shaking my head too. But I think they got it right. That was a great effort by the young Kyle Prater.
When you were on the sideline, did you ever tell the official, hey, I think you got that right, nice job?
Never.
No.
No. Only constructive criticism.
Simeon looking for running room is Schuler, and Schuler goes to another Northwestern first down, 9-yard pickup. Body Calhoun on the stop.
Yeah, Miles Schuler's an interesting story. Grew up in Long Branch, New Jersey. He was at Rutgers, and he transferred in. Normally, you don't see a lot of transfer Northwestern, but they've got two. They got Schuler and they got Prater, and both playing for him.
And both big contributors on offense. 2nd down and a yard. Jackson with a first down and more, caught from behind at the 30-yard line by Robert Dondelak. But the reversal keeps the possession alive, and Northwestern trying to take advantage in the late stages of this first half. Good ball game so far today.
It is. I'm really impressed. There's been some unforced penalties. Other than that, the play has been outstanding.
From the 17, first down. Green. And Green caught at the 16-yard line by Cedric Thompson once again. Just 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9. A minute 40 to play until halftime.
Yeah, I think that minute 40 to halftime has a lot to do with Fitz thinking, hey, listen, let's slow it down a little bit. We'll run our offense. Let's score with no timeout. No one will give Minnesota any time before the half.
Justin Jackson back in at tailback. 12th play of the drive. As Jackson gets the carry. Jackson breaks a tackle. Jackson fighting inside the 5. It's first and goal, Northwestern. Derek Wells saved the touchdown.
I expected to see Minnesota running right up the middle. That's what they like to do. But I'm a little bit surprised at Northwestern doing it and doing it as effective as they have been.
First down and goal. Jackson again. Jackson down near the 3-yard line. Damian Wilson on the tackle.
Very similar type runners. I talked before about Cobb, how he presses the line of scrimmage and with the vision makes that quick cut. You saw the same exact thing out of Jackson there. If you can't make that quick cut, you're running right up the back of that offensive lineman.
Northwestern has all 3 timeouts. Not using any here as we wind our way to 30 seconds remaining. On second down and goal. Simeon to the air and down at the 2-yard line. Nowhere to go for Tim Hanrahan.
Charge timeout. Northwestern. They're first.
Simeon to the air. Hanrahan trying to turn it upfield. Good defensive stop by Demarius Travis. Jerry Kill looking awfully calm on the sidelines. This is probably why he knows at the very worst he's likely going in either leading or tied, and he's never lost at Minnesota when leading or tied at halftime.
If you think he's thinking about that, you're nuts. I can tell you that. Here's a big third down, and you've got to feel that if Northwestern doesn't score in this third down play, they'll kick the field goal.
At the 2. Simeon on the roll. Nobody open. Got to get rid of the football, and he does. Fourth down, 8 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, they moved the pocket. They went with the sprint out. You got to credit Minnesota. They got underneath all the routes, which is good defense. Big mistake defenses do down on the goal line. Those defenders get too deep. You don't have to worry about anybody going 30 yards behind you. Make the offense throw the ball over you. Good defense.
So now Jack Mitchell will come on for a 19-yard field goal attempt. Play clock down to 5 as he lines it up. The kick by Mitchell is good, and Northwestern gets points, but not the 7 they wanted, but the 3 that they get instead brings it a 4-point game. It's been a fun first half. Long scoring drives, explosive plays, and a 14-10 lead for the Gophers. BTN football in Minneapolis today for Northwestern and Minnesota as we're ready to start the second half. Wildcats will have the football. They won the toss and elected to defer, so Minnesota with a 4-point lead will kick things off to start this second half. Kevin Kugler, Glenn Mason, Lisa Byington with you as Solomon Vault is back awaiting the Santoso kick for Minnesota. This second half is officially underway. Short kick taken at the 16-yard line, and down at the 24-yard line is where Northwestern will start first down at 10 after Garrett Dickerson on the return. Our Quicken Loans quarterback comparison Not a lot of passing yards for Mitch Leitner, but he's made them count when it mattered in a good half for Simeon.
Well, he did. We didn't expect him to throw the ball very much, but that 52-yarder to Max Williams, and Trevor Simeon's been right on the mark, 14 and 18. That's what their offense is built on.
Trayvon Green starting the second half at running back next to Simeon. Simeon to the air with Prater on the receiving end on first down, and Prater down at the 25-yard line in the arms of Derek Wells, who, despite the injury, has really been effective today. We've seen him all over the field.
Yeah, you know, you need a guy that can really play on the perimeter against this type of attack because of all the one-on-one matchups.
On second down, Simeon back to the air, back to Prater again, and Prater dancing out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Sooner or later, Northwestern has to try to go downtown off those quick throws because the safety is supporting so fast from Minnesota to get the extra guy to make the play.
Third down and 5. Simeon with four-man pressure to the outside, and the catch is made, but it's short of the first down. Miles Schuler couldn't turn it upfield. Body Calhoun right on his hip, able to make the tackle and hold him 1 yard short of the first down.
Well, you know, if you're critical on this, you say if you're the receiver for Northwestern, you have to know where the first down is. Make sure that if you catch the ball, you have enough. But I'm sure he thought where he caught it that the defensive player could not stop him like that. Calhoun, great play.
Yeah, fine tackle by Brian Body Calhoun as Chris Gradone comes on to punt to Craig James. James at the 26. And James not able to go anywhere. Good coverage downfield again by Northwestern as we go in check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Kevin, Minnesota more balanced in terms of their run-pass attack here in the first half, and Jerry Kill telling me that that's because he's been really impressed with Mitch Leitner. He says goes back 2 weeks ago to that Michigan game, showing that extra poise and presence on the field and in the huddle, and it's continuing here today. As for Pat Fitzgerald, it was all about defense. He didn't want to hear about how they have one-time possession and how they scored on those 16-play drives. He said we have to tackle a little bit better here in the second half. One other thing to keep an eye on, Superback Dan Vitale had an upper arm extremity injury. They took him out for a couple of series there towards the end of the first half. It's something to keep an eye on. He is going to be back in and playing here to start the second.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. That would be a big loss if he's not able to be effective. Vitale, a big key to the Northwestern attack. Second and 9 at the 29-yard line. Play action. Leitner with time, floats it out. It's Jones who's got it with a first down in Northwestern territory. Donovan Jones out at the 47-yard line. A pickup of 24 and a Minnesota first down.
Yeah, that's too easy. That's like stealing a little play-action pass. There's absolutely no pressure. It's not press coverage. You see the corner for Northwestern just bailing out, giving the easy pitch and catch.
First down now at the 47 of Northwestern. Cobb from the gun, and Cobb down to the 44, a 3-yard pickup. Greg Kuhar in there for the stop once more for Northwestern, along with Colin Ellis.
3-yard gain of play, second down, 7 yards to go.
Frichty just checked back in. He's kind of been the go-to guy after he threw the interception to Williams.
Second down and 7 at the 44. To the outside, the catch is made on the edge by Wolotarski. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
Well, that's all they need because they're not very good on 3rd and 6, 7, or 8, but they're awful good on 3rd and 1.
This is a perfect spot for them, and we're not going to see what they decide to do on 3rd and 1 until the fourth quarter gets underway. A scoreless third quarter has both teams in a good position in the fourth. Minnesota with a 14-10 lead after 3 over Northwestern. trying to start 2-0 in the conference for the first time since 2004. The Gophers pedaling their way forward into the fourth with a 4-point lead at home. Each mascot doing its part to try to rally the troops. 5 of the last 7 games in this series have been decided in the fourth quarter or overtime. So it looks like it's headed there as well. 3rd and 1. What do you want to see here?
Well, I think that they'll get 2 shots at getting the first down, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the sneak again.
Williams in motion. 3rd down and 1. Cobb the carry. Cobb breaking 2 tackles and powering his way to the 36 for the first down. He came into today, Coach, with 404 yards after contact, and he picked up about 2 more after contact there.
Yeah, he completely ran over a couple of guys there. He stopped. 3 guys, not 2, 3 he ran over.
Drew Smith had a shot at him. Henry had a shot at him. 1st and 10 as a result at the 36-yard line. Cobb into the middle of the pile. Greg Kuhar on the tackle after a 1-yard gain. Well, Cobb right in the conversation when it comes to the best running backs in the Big Ten Conference. And the rush yards per game, Melvin Gordon, Tevin Coleman, Amir Abdullah, and David Cobb.
Yeah, well, you look at, I think, at 2 things with David Cobb and Melvin Gordon. There's 2 running backs that are getting those type of yards on offensive teams that don't have a passing game. You know, if they would have a better passing game, let me put it that way, where that coverage had to be loosened up a little bit, just think what a guy like Cobb or Gordon could do. 23 carries, though, 80 yards today. Northwestern's done a nice job as Leidner off play action, going to the air to the sideline, and Frichte with the catch and out of bounds. At the 15-yard line, it'll be a first down, a pickup of 20 through the air. These last couple plays, when you watch it, it's hard to understand why Minnesota has struggled throwing the ball so much. The protection's good. Quarterback sets up, makes the right read. He's only looking at 1 receiver. Frichte, really good route, works the corner, gets wide open, catches the ball in his hands. Got 1 foot in, that's all you need. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line for Minnesota. Cobb with the carry. And Cobb just looking for any kind of a crease. Gets 2 to the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Motion across from May. Leidner to the air to Cobb, and Cobb shoved out of bounds inside the 10-yard line by Nick Van Hoos as we check in with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, guys, remember that the first time Jerry Kill made an appearance after some time off recovering from epilepsy last year was this win against Northwestern in Evanston. And the thing he remembers is his wife and his mother driving him down from Minneapolis. He gave an emotional post-game speech afterwards telling this team, you know, he's proud of how they handled it, how they won the game when no one gave them a chance. And really some of the coaches kind of pointing towards that game last year is a little bit of a turning point for this program and this team.
3rd down and 3. Thank you, Lisa. Leidner off play action to the end zone, and the pass deflected away from Max Williams. It was Igwe Buike who had the very big game a week ago with 3 interceptions against Wisconsin, and he comes up with the deflection there.
Well, that's one of the staples of their attack. They put Miles Thomas in at fullback, and they run the flood pattern with the fullback trying to get out in the flat with Max Williams going behind him. And that's a big stop there, even if they get a field goal for Northwestern, because it's a 1-score game.
Here's Ryan Santoso with a 25-yard field goal attempt.
He's a good kicker, and he's a big kicker. 6'6",
245, and the kick by Santoso is good, and it's a touchdown lead for Minnesota. Gophers extend the lead to 7, but Northwestern feeling pretty good that they're still within 1 score. Just a touchdown ball game with 12:14 to play. Football all over the campus of the University of Minnesota. Not only football American style, but football from the traditional sense. 17-10 inside TCF Bank Stadium. Minnesota Golden Gophers with the lead, 12:14 to go as they get ready to kick it off. Holt bobbles it and out of bounds. And there's a critical error that won't show up on the stat sheet, Glenn Mason, but Northwestern's got to start from their own 3.
We talked about the importance of field position It's important all the time, but when you have an offensive team that has really struggled to get big plays, to be able to take this down the field 97 yards and score without a big play or a defensive penalty is almost impossible.
Worst field position of the day for either team, and Coach Fitzgerald's squad with work to do deep in their own end. 12-12 to go. 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line. Pressure coming as Jackson is upended. Body Calhoun anticipating, blitzing, and dropping Jackson after a 1-yard gain.
Well, Body Calhoun moved from safety back over to corner, and one of the things Tracy Claeys talked to us about, that compared to last year, they had become too conservative when they had people backed up. We're going to change that. We're going to go after him, and that's exactly what he did there.
2nd down from the 4. Jackson again looking for running room, runs right into Damian Wilson. Wilson came in 4th in the conference, averaging over 10 tackles per game. That's 11 on the afternoon.
He's playing with house money, and now the crowd is into the game, and they're coming out of that end zone. Everybody's on their feet.
It's the loudest we've heard him all day today.
I know there's a lot of time going, but this is the play of the game so far.
3rd down and 7 at the 6. Simeon from his own end zone to the sideline, 1st down. Simeon bought some time to find Tony Jones and move the chains. Huge play for Northwestern.
And they quieted the crowd. Big, I told you, play of the game. Coming out, thrown out of his own end zone. Pretty good coverage by Eric Murray. Got his head back around. Ball was right on time.
From the 17, 1st down. Simeon, pressure comes late. Simeon on the roll, and a catch is made by Kyle Prater. The fingertip grab and another 1st down. Robert Dondelay was hot on the heels of Trevor Simeon, and Simeon limping a little bit as he heads back to the huddle.
Nice touch pass. He really doesn't like, that shades of Persa and Kane Calder. And sense of urgency with this Northwestern offense right now.
1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Simeon under pressure again. Able to elude, and he throws that one away. Pretty good footwork, though, by Trevor Simeon to avoid the rush and live to fight another day. Cochran was the first guy to provide the heat.
Yeah, his feet avoided the sack right there, and you watch him play. He's under pressure, but he doesn't show the pressure. He's poised, made exactly the right decision, throw it out of bounds, and come back and play again.
Receivers to the top of the screen on 2nd down. Jackson with the carry, and Jackson with running room, and Jackson close to another Northwestern 1st down, and judging by the spot, he's got it.
Well, the linebacker, they had a 1 linebacker blitz. He plugged a gap, which is a really good run blitz. The problem, if it gets picked up and the back gets to another zone, you lose the lateral integrity of your defense.
The 38-yard line. Remember, this possession started at their own 3. Simeon to the air. Catch is made at the 45-yard line, and out near midfield goes Cameron Dickerson. Another Northwestern 1st down.
I don't know if it's by design, but they're picking on number 31, Eric Murray, and that was not a good play by Murray.
Down a touchdown with 9:35 to go. Play action. Simeon under pressure. And Simeon to the sidelines, and the catch is made by Vitale, and another Northwestern 1st down.
Thrown awful late, but on the money. And, you know, all of a sudden, the 3rd and 4th quarter, both these quarterbacks are putting an aerial show on. I mean, that could not have been defended any better by Cedric Thompson.
6th 1st down on the drive right here. from the 23. Out of the backfield is Green. Green lunging forward for another Wildcat first down. Here, first down and goal at the 10-yard line. What a drive for Northwestern. Simeon. Fade to the end zone. Diving for it, and it is a incomplete pass. Both officials looked at each other as Austin Carr dove and finally said incomplete.
Well, you can see it. He's just going to go to the pylon. Ball is, what an effort. Yeah, just ran out of field. That means the quarterback threw it a little too late because he's got to put air under that throw.
Great effort, though, by Austin Carr. 11th play of the drive. Vitale in motion. Simeon with pressure stands in to the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Miles Schuler. On the coverage, Antonio Johnson, and a flag is down back at the 19-yard line.
It came with the blitz.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 29. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
They came with the blitz, and it was Buddy Calhoun who got there. Now a flag has been thrown again on the near side at the 25-yard line. This is a second flag after the roughing the passer call.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Charged to the Minnesota bench. Half the distance to the goal line again. First down.
That was on Jerry Kill. He ran out on the field.
Wow. What a turn.
I'm surprised they threw the flag that fast on the coach. They don't give you a chance, you know. Reach for the flag, got intimidated unless you said something.
First and goal now at the 3. Northwestern still alive after the roughing the passer call. Vitale in motion. Jackson the carry. And Jackson down to the 2. Met by Jack Lynn and dropped maybe the 2.5-yard line. Not much advance for Justin Jackson.
Good linebackers on this Minnesota team. Lynn, Wilson, Campbell.
Second and goal. Inside the 3. And Simeon will now go under center. Simeon on the sneak, and Simeon's in for the touchdown. Northwestern's an extra point away from tying it up.
I told you I don't like those spread teams back there. Put the center down there where his nose is about across the goal line, and let's go. Sooner or later, you got to block somebody, you know?
As the extra point is good, and we're tied with 7:32 to play.
When you jump, if those hands go above the shoulders, you're going to get called.
Northwestern and Minnesota headed down to the wire again, tied at 17. In that scoring drive, 13 plays, 97 yards, 8 first downs in the drive that, if Northwestern goes on to win this game, this is a drive its fans will remember for a long time.
Yeah, that was a key play, and I told you to take the ball 97 yards without a big play or a defensive penalty. We didn't get the big play, but they sure got the defensive penalty.
Well, the penalty right here, the roughing the passer call that kept the drive alive, gave them new life to the 3-yard line, and then into the end zone, the rushing touchdown for Trevor Simeon to knot it up at 17, and the senior quarterback on the phone talking strategy for what he hopes will be the next time they get the ball and a chance to win the game. But first, the kickoff and Minnesota's opportunity. 2 yards deep, out it comes for Myrick. Myrick with a lane. Myrick to the 30. Myrick across midfield. Myrick gets through the kicker, down the sideline, all the way
Myrick's playing today big time. Marcus Jones, who's out injured, is awful good net. But Myrick, I know he's fast. He's the fastest guy in the team, and that includes Berkeley Everett, who's the sprint champ of Michigan.
Myrick was the state runner-up in the 100 as a junior in high school in Georgia. Extra point is good, and Minnesota back up by a touchdown. You saw that sprinter speed in a football uniform, and from our vantage point, you could see that lane open up right away.
Well, he caught the ball right on his goal line, and once he made a move, you could see that the Northwestern defense had collapsed into the boundary 1/3, and you're not going to catch him.
Minnesota tops in the Big Ten in kickoff return average. Add 100 yards onto that. That's certainly not going to help the average. And look in front at Antonio Johnson getting Nick Van Hoos out of the way.
Yeah, and the other thing that I look for, it tells you guys well coached. Did you see how he was carrying the football? Even though he had high and tight, both tips of the ball protected. Guys don't want to carry it that way. They're coached to carry it that way.
It certainly got a jolt of adrenaline thanks to the 100-yard kickoff return from Jalen Myrick. Solomon Vault from the 2. Vault to the 20. Vault bouncing off his own man across the 30-yard line and down at the 32-yard line. Fourth quarter. Wildcats have 2 timeouts and the football at their own 20-yard line, and Trevor Siemian back to work once more for Northwestern, trying to bring the Cats back.
Yeah, they've got an eternity of time here. When you're an up-tempo team, no huddle, they're in 2-minute offense all the time.
Siemian on first down, the pass deflected, and is it caught? No, incomplete. Tony Jones nearly caught it off the Eric Murray deflection. And now second down.
I have no idea what Trevor Siemian saw there. I mean, I think he was thinking he's getting press coverage, but he had a safety over the top. Murray was just playing in the flat.
On second down, Siemian hit as he throws to the sideline, juggled and caught by Schuler at the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup. Siemian got drilled by Botticelli as he got rid of it.
Good coverage, too. Just laid it in there.
First and 20 at the 25-yard line. They set up the screen with blockers for Jackson. Justin Jackson gets it all back, plus one more, and a first down as Botticelli finally catches up with Justin Jackson. He is slippery as he goes for 21.
Well, this last drive, Minnesota's been playing 2 deep safeties.
At the 46, first down. Siemian, short route looking for Dickerson, and the pass deflected away by Eric Murray. Second down.
Murray, second down.
Well, playing 5 under, 2 deep, which is about as conservative as you can get. I guess Tracy Clays figures, well, if you can drive on us, that's fine, but we're not going to give up a cheap one.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line. Siemian to the edge, and it's incomplete. Looking for Tony Jones once more. Myrick on the coverage, and now third down and 10. Terrific ball game today. Big plays.
Lasker comes in, out. Jack Lean goes back in.
Jones in motion on third down and 10. Siemian. Short toss deflected away from Vitale by Demarius Travis. Travis, the nickel, who plays a little more like a linebacker, able to run with Vitale and swats it aside.
He's the guy I call would be the impact player of the game. And anyway, it took him a while, but he finally made a big impact.
And now fourth down. 10 yards to go. 2:56 to play. And for Coach Fitzgerald and Northwestern, obviously, a critical play here in their comeback chances. Down a touchdown at the 46. Fourth down. Siemian with time. Siemian to the air. Simeon's got the first down. He found Kyle Prater, who makes the catch at the Gopher 40-yard line. 14-yard pickup and a first down.
Good execution, good protection, excellent route. You saw the two guys clear out, and Prater just curled underneath. Tough route to defend.
And now Simeon has just passed 5,000 passing yards in his career. Looking for more as Mike McHugh makes the catch at the 36-yard line. A 4-yard gain.
I've really been impressed today with Minnesota's ability to tackle. Very few yards after catch, very few missed tackles.
2nd and 6 at 36-yard line. Simeon's 11th game of 200 yards or more. Trying to drive Northwestern to a game-tying touchdown. 2nd and 6 at the 36. Dickerson, the motion receiver. Simeon steps, throws, and the catch is made over the middle. Short gain to Taylor at the 33-yard line. 3rd down, 3 to go. There's Travis again on the stop.
Yeah, Demarius traveled and nicked it back. Guy caught the ball, but minimal gain. Get him on the ground.
3rd down and 3 at the 33-yard line. Simeon, quick toss for Dickerson, and it's batted away by Murray. Eric Murray on the swat, and another 4th down for Northwestern.
See, I really like the play by Eric Murray here because he's got a safety behind him. He doesn't have to worry about the stop-go getting beat deep. He's got his buddy back there. So go up and challenge that throw. I like it. One defensive secondary.
1:39 to go. Northwestern 2 for 2 on 4th down. 4th and 3. Vitale in motion. Simeon, late pressure, and it's incomplete. Prater has had so many fingertip grabs today, but he couldn't pull this one in.
And Eric Murray again was on the spot. We talked earlier in the game where all of a sudden he wasn't playing up to his ability. He's a darn good defensive back. Maybe Jerry Kill or Casey Clays had a little chat with him because at a critical time he came up big. Watch him run across right there, and if he would have caught the ball, he would have made the tackle.
So Minnesota takes over with 1:35 to go. Northwestern 2 timeouts remaining. Williams in motion, Cobb the carry, and Cobb to the 36-yard line, and the timeout used by Northwestern. 1 timeout remaining.
Timeout, Northwestern. Their second. 32nd timeout.
2nd and 7 at the 36. 1 timeout left for Northwestern. Cobb again. Trying to strip it out of his hands as he ran through 2 or 3 Wildcats. Eric Guzzo was trying to rip it, but Cobb hung on. And now not using the timeout until the results of the 3rd down play. Time winding down, 1:05 to go. Minnesota trying to go 5-1 and 2-0 in conference.
A whale of a game. Huh?
Terrific football game.
Yeah.
It's reluctant. 3rd and 4 at the 39. Cobb trying to find the middle, and he gets 2 to the 41, and a timeout used by Northwestern. Their final timeout. The Cats are at least going to get the ball back for one last heave or 2.
Their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 32nd timeout.
And you got to be impressed. I mean, that Northwestern defense against this rushing attack. I mean, what they hold them 121 yards? That's a darn good outing for those guys.
Miles Schuler awaiting the punt. Good one from Mortel. And it'll be downed just across the 15 at the 16 where it hit on a bounce. So the 16-yard line where Northwestern will have it. 31 seconds to go. No timeouts. Can the Wildcats figure out a way to pull one out in Minneapolis late?
Mortel, he had that spin on that ball. It hit the ground and stopped like my wedge on a green.
24-17. 31 seconds to go.
Unless it hit one of the Minnesota guys, that ball stopped dead. This is what you would call prevent defense.
It's the three-man rush. The toss to the sideline and down inbounds right near the sticks. Miles Schuler. They're going to stop the clock with 24 seconds to go to move the chains. Well, I don't know why they stopped the clock, because they didn't get a first down. The crowd booing a little bit. Are they ruling a first down? They are. Now the chains are moving. The clock is going. A lot of confusion as Simeon's in trouble. Gets away. Finds Schuler again, and Schuler trying to get to the sideline, and he's out at the 43-yard line. Body Calhoun on the tackle. 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, with only 14 seconds, you can stay with this same deal. Look how deep those safeties are. And I like it. Play center field. The only way they're going to beat you is with a home run. Doubles aren't going to do anything.
They're 25 yards off the line of scrimmage are those safeties, as Simeon in trouble again, slings it to the sideline for Schuler, and with 8 seconds to go, the clock will stop on the incompletion. Craig James out there on the coverage. And the Cats down to 1 or 2 very quick plays. Likely just 1 play remaining of any importance or any significance here.
The safeties are at 37 yards. 40 yards. 42.
2nd and 10. Simeon under pressure. 2 seconds to go as he heaves it downfield. Juggled and intercepted by Demarius Travis, and the Gophers have won it 24-17. And for the first time since 2004, the Minnesota Golden Gophers start 2-0 in the Big Ten Conference.
Well, it was a heck of a football game. 2 teams battling their tails off, and you go back to a game like this, and if you're Minnesota and Jerry Kill, you'll pinpoint 2 or 3 positive things that made the difference. You'll start with the kickoff return for 100 yards. And if you're Pat Fitzgerald, you're going to look at 2 or 3 things, and you're going to point to the same thing. Special teams, you can't let that happen.
24-17, the final score. Minnesota beats Northwestern as we go downstairs to Lisa Byington.
Coach, let's start with the play that changed this game, the Jalen Myrick take back 100 yards. What did you see from that opened things up for him?
Well, we work hard on special teams and kickoff return, and Coach Reeves said all week, hey, if we get a ball kicked to us, we got a great chance to take it to the house, and Jalen can run. And it's a big, huge play for us.
This team had been tested. That kick return came after a 97-yard drive from Northwestern. Your team continued to respond. What did you learn from them about that response here today?
Well, we have some mental toughness. I think we've done that. And then the kicking game. We've always talked about the kicking game being a difference, and it was a difference today.
The biggest question was, how would Minnesota respond after a big win coming off of Michigan 2 weeks ago? What did you see from your team in terms of preparation 2 weeks ago to getting to this point?
Well, they prepared hard, and I thought we played hard. We played a very good football team, very good. And you got to win close ones, and we're fortunate enough to come away with this one.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Kill and the Gophers 5-1 and 2-0 in Big Ten Conference play. Our final score today, the Minnesota Golden Gophers with a 24-17 victory over the Northwestern Wildcats here in Minneapolis. The State Farm postgame show is coming up next here on BTN. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Big Ten Network. A 100-yard kickoff return told the tale for Minnesota. That provided the difference in a 24-17 win. For Glenn Mason and Lisa Byington, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from Minneapolis. Let's go back to our Chicago studios and Dave Revson.